do this with your mom. I have to write down all the stuff we're going to discuss so she can look at it and remember what we're supposed to talk about next. It's comical. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, everybody? Back for another episode with Derek. And then I have my daughter here, Hannah. And today we are going to play with dowsing rods. We've seen a lot of videos of people contacting spirits with these. The dowsing rods have been around since the 1500s, different forms of it. And it was made to find water, precious golds, graves, stuff like that. And somewhere along the line, people discovered you can talk to spirits with it. So that's what we're going to do today to see if we can. We all have a pair because you always see people doing it by themselves. And we were kind of curious to see if all three of us can get a response or the same response out of questions or whatnot. I'm going to adjust my chair because I'm a little too damn close to you.
Come on.
So, I guess we'll just kind of take turns asking questions.
I have a question, but it's for you.
Here we go.
Like, with some things related to the paranormal or even the occult, like Ouija boards, people talk about there's a specific protocol for using them for beginning a session and ending a session and that kind of thing. Is there anything like that related with dowsing rods that you're aware of?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good question. I don't know.
We probably should have done more homework.
Well, that's true.
We're just happy to be here.
Yes.
Well, we've played with the dowsing rods once before at the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. It's supposed to be highly haunted. My daughter and I were in the Crystal Ballroom and played with them, and we asked questions, and we were getting replies back. Then we would change the question and kind of do like a trick question and with a different result, and it worked. Mm-hmm. Am I a believer? I don't know. This is really just for fun. There's no science that we're doing behind it.
Yeah.
But it was fun that night, doing it.
That's fun.
You see videos of people's like, oh, they made them do it. They made them cross. I guess you can. But I mean, like, when you get them still, you just got to hold real still. And then when you ask a question to see what they do, so they always start out with them apart like this. And I always say it's yes or no questions that you ask. And I always say make them cross, which I'm doing right now. Make them cross for yes and keep them apart for no, so they can either stay apart or they can actually go like this. Again, I'm not a firm believer, but it's still something fun to mess around with.
Yep.
I'm not trying to brag or anything on this, but my rod is bigger than Derek's.
See, I knew it was coming. I knew.
And
I knew.
So there's that for everybody. So cool. Let's.
My rods are thin and flimsy.
Yeah, it tells a lot about a man.
And I think slightly bent.
That's.
So I need to get some like yours.
That's.
And they didn't have a nice fancy case like yours.
Yeah, we got these nice fabric cases, and he has a pile of styrofoam.
Yeah, I have
there.
a styrofoam brick that these kind of sit in. And all right.
Did you get them off Amazon?
Yes.
Oh man.
Where'd you get these ones?
Amazon. I think these are cheap. I mean, I paid $10 for these.
I think mine were about that. But yeah, I think we'll do what we can today. Maybe I'll get a set like yours.
If somebody can start a GoFundMe page so we can get Derek up to speed with
Please, I need bigger rods.
our tools. He needs a bigger rod. Zuh. All right, cool. Let's get them stationary here. Trying to focus on mine, but looks like you guys are all over the place. Are we good?
Yes.
All right, we're going to start off. I guess what I'll do is I'll start off by saying, is anybody here, yes or no? And as you guys come up with questions, feel free to ask them.
All right.
Also, at the end of this, for you ghost hunters, listen to the audio. We're going to pick up an EVP or two while we're doing this. That would be pretty rad.
It would be, yeah.
I'm going to have to really edit this on listening. She's going haywire over there. All right. Is there any spirits in here with us? Cross the rods for yes. Separate them for no. Wait.
Yeah.
I just realized what I just did.
Yeah. If they separate them, then
Then
we've
they're
got
here.
somebody that's messing with us.
That's hilarious. At least my rods are still bigger. Is anybody here with us? Cross the rods. Okay, that.
Yours crossed.
If anybody is in here with us, can you cross all three of our rods? Okay. Can you cross Hannah's rods? Well, this is uneventful. I know there's a spirit in our house because of our angels, and you move them. So show us that you're here and you're willing to talk. Cross my rods if you can. See, it's just this one. They're not like, I want them to cross like that, but it's this one.
Maybe they're right-handed.
That could be. Can you cross the left one?
What if that's their left though?
Oh, now you're getting complicated on me. Okay, mine are moving because I just moved. Let me get them stationary. All right. If my rods and Hannah's rods are too heavy, cross Derek's. Nothing, huh? Can you point my rods towards Hannah? I'm not doing that, guys. I didn't do that. So real quick, let me explain these rods, how they are. They're just copper, but the handles are loose. See, I can spin it. I don't know if you can see that well, but it spins. So I'm just holding them as steady as I can, which seems like mine moves just slightly more. I'm looking at my hands and they're not shaking or moving. If you're here with us, can you point the rods to Derek? Okay. Can you point the rods back to Hannah? See, they're slightly moving. And I'm trying to be as still as I can.
It's on that the left one's moving now. There goes the other one.
Okay. I'm going to put mine down. You start asking questions and see if yours moves.
Okay. Let me reset them. I'm making sure they're not like moving them. Okay, hold on. Okay. And it's just yes or no?
Yeah, anything that's yes or no answers.
Okay. This one keeps. Is there anyone here with us? Cross yes. Cross for yes and no for
Separate for no.
separate for no.
See, it looks like they're trying to cross.
Okay.
Ask if it's Grandpa.
Is this Grandpa? Cross for yes and separate for no.
I mean, they slightly separated. Okay. We're going to move to his rods.
All right. Whoever was making Mike's rods move, are you the one making the angels move? Cross for yes, separate for no. I haven't been moving.
Yeah, your hands aren't even.
Huh?
And so your hands aren't even moving.
I know.
Like, oh.
They're shaking, but
Okay. Are you the one that keeps moving our angels? Cross for yes, separate for no. I don't know.
okay.
So when I'm trying to focus. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just looking dead on, straight ahead, trying to focus to stay as still as I can. Like right now, so I'm gonna stay focused on the floor there. Is it a loved one of ours that moves the angels? Cross for yes, separate for no.
That's interesting.
That's separating.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Are you guys watching my hands?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are
No,
they
there's
moving?
no way you can be moving that.
Their hands are still.
Okay.
Your hands are still, they're clenched. There's no way your fingers could be manipulating it. It's all still.
See, when you grab this handle like this, you got this part down here where the rod goes through, and I can move it there. But when I grab it, you know, my hands aren't on there. That went wild. And then you can see the tops, it's not there. There's this little ring there. But it's, and if I move my hands, you know, I can kind of go all over the place. And it's a lot harder to keep steady hands than one thinks, but let's do this again. Have I met you in real life before? Cross for yes, separate for no. Why is it always me?
Always. You got to understand, every investigation we've gone on, there's been some sort of activity that centers around you. And I think part of it might be you're open to it. But I don't know. I mean, there are some people that just seem to pick up on things, or things happen around them naturally, and that seems to be you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's switch rods.
It's a little awkward. I feel a little weird doing this,
Jesus, these are tiny.
but I'm gonna stop playing with you.
All right, put yours out. Everybody put theirs out.
Rod's out.
Okay. Did you once live on the land where this house is built. Cross for yes, separate for no.
Mine crossed.
Mine are separating.
Mine
Interesting.
mega crossed. That's weird. So we got every possible answer, including nothing. That's odd.
Can you cross all of our rods at the same time? No?
They probably don't have enough energy.
Is it easier for you to communicate with Mike? Cross for yes, separate for no.
Hers kind of separated. Okay.
Mine just kind of crossed.
Do you feel welcome in our house? Cross for yes, separate for no. Okay. Well, you are welcome here, as long as you don't do anything
Crazy.
fucked up or evil or crazy. Have you always been in our house since we've lived here? Let me reset that because I think I shifted my hand. Let me redo that one.
Mine pushed apart.
Oh, damn. Have you always been in this house since we've lived here? Cross for yes, separate for no. Okay.
Yeah, they pushed apart again.
Let's switch. See what you get out.
Please, no rude comments.
All right.
I think it'll hurt a lot more coming from you.
Okay.
All right. You ask the questions.
Let me reset. Because I messed up this one. Is there anyone with us? Separate for no and cross for yes.
Okay. We're all going to ask that same question. Are you still with us? Cross for yes, separate for no.
Well, if they're not with us, then
That is true. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, now you try it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get these straight. All right.
He's having a hard time with the bigger rods.
I am. I'm not used to this kind of
Girth.
Whoever's been answering the questions, if you're still with us, please cross these rods. Okay. Whoever's with us, if you have a message or something you want us to know, please cross the rods. If not, please separate the rods. Well, where do we go from here?
you keep going. Because they obviously.
All right, so since I'm a little more new to this than you guys are, do you see anything that I'm doing that could influence the movement of the rods? Am I holding my hands incorrectly, or is everything look okay? Are they straight?
I mean, you're holding them like we hold them.
Yeah.
You know, and like you see, if I maneuver my hand, they'll go.
Yeah.
That's why everybody watching needs to focus on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Don't focus on the rods moving. Focus on our hands, because from our point of view, our hands are very still. So I can't, and I'm not even focused on my hands or the rods when I do it. I'm focused on the ground to try to keep it as still as possible.
Or maybe I should try that, because I'm looking at the rods and I don't think I'm moving, but I'm paranoid about it.
Right. It's, well, like, I'm looking at it and I can see, I mean, you're holding your hands like this, so after a while you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
You know, so you're going to be a little shaky.
Then close your eyes and do it.
See, I've done that when we were at the crest, and I've done that also too.
Where you're just like completely still.
Where I'm just completely still. But to me, it was kind of a mind fuck, because when you have your eyes closed, then you imagine your shit moving. And then there's been times, like when Eric was with us down in the basement, and I was sitting there and holding like that with my eyes closed. My mind was telling me the rods were moving. I could feel the rods moving. I'd be like, "Oh, the rod's moving." They're like, "No, it's not." But my mind,
Oh, okay.
it felt like they were moving, but they weren't.
That's interesting, because I even thought about the possibility of not just being open to it, but somehow a mind over matter kind of thing, where you're manipulating it and not realizing it. But if you had your eyes closed and thought they were moving and they weren't, that kind of nullifies that idea.
Right. Okay, so get mine good. Does God exist? Cross for yes, separate for no. Okay. Are you still with us? Cross for yes. Cross for yes. You know what else I've noticed with mine? Is it's always this hand that crosses.
Yeah.
It's very rare, or it has. I don't think they both cross, and I don't think this one has really. This one here is crossed.
That means the ghost is left-handed.
Are you missing an arm? No, seriously, are you missing an arm? Are you trapped on earth after death? Cross for yes, separate for no.
Mine crossed.
Interesting.
See, those haven't moved at all.
These?
Ever. Yeah. They haven't
Hold
moved
on.
the whole time, have they?
I'm gonna play with them. They're very movie.
Yeah.
They're moving.
They're very movie.
They're very movie.
That's a industry term.
Okay. If you're still here, cross it for yes, separate for no. See, I don't think that's an answer. Spirits need energy,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly, to manifest themselves. So say this was a spirit in here, he's low on energy. She's low on energy, whatever it may be. I give you permission to use my body to pull energy from, to move their rods. For now. So if you need to use my energy or my body, you have my permission. I'll let you guys ask the questions and see how I kind of feel. Go ahead and suck up the energy from me.
Is there anyone with us? Cross for yes, separate for no.
Go ahead and pull energy from me.
If you have a message, is it for a particular person in this household? Cross the rods for yes.
Are you? Oh, where is it?
You could use my body for energy.
Are you stuck here? Cross for yes.
This is where I'm skeptic on the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when we were at the Crescent Hotel, we were getting pretty good results. In certain parts of the hotel, other parts of the hotel, not so much anything. That was the only time that we played with these. And then like now, I got some results in the beginning, but absolutely nothing now. And every investigation that I do, I'm the one that tries to provoke the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're allowed to pull energy from my body, I always allow them to do that. For one, I don't fear it. I'm skeptic of it. I don't think it's a real thing. There's plenty of energy source in this room right now with the lights and the cameras, us, the light up there that it can pull energy from. So it's not there's not a lack of an energy source in this room
Mm-hmm.
right now. And now it's just gone stagnant, nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, are they real? Are they working? I don't know. Do I believe it? I don't know. Even though I've gotten some results, but why am I only one getting results when you guys really aren't? You've gotten a couple. I don't think you've gotten any.
I don't think I got any. No.
So it's like, why?
I think I know why. These were used to douse for water.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a plumbing leak underneath the three of us.
Oh shit! Don't even say that, dude. This son of a bitch. If I get a leak tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Will Ponji have a major expense in the near future? Cross for yes, separate for no. Alright, it's probably not a plumbing leak. We can rule out plumbing leak now.
Okay. Unless it's a smart ghost. All right, look. Use the energy from my body to cross these. Take as much energy as you need, even if it causes me to black out. I'm not moving those. Yours, Hannah's crossed, mine crossed. To all of you watching it, focus on my hands. You know, I'm not focused on them. I'm trying to blank my mind. Again, use as much energy from me as you need, even if it causes me to black out. Do you enjoy moving the angels?
I thought you were going to say, do you enjoy being dead?
Cross for yes, separate for no. Is there a purpose for you moving our angels? Cross Cross for yes, separate for no. Use energy for my body. Okay, so let's kick it up a notch. Scratch me. If you're here and you can prove that you're here, put a scratch somewhere on my body, tug my shirt, poke my eye, whatever you have to do. I got glasses on.
Wet Willie.
Oh, shit.
Wet
Wet
Yeah.
Willie. What the? No.
Ew.
You have my permission to scratch me. Anywhere. Pull my energy, make me feel lightheaded. I don't think you're real. I don't think any of this is real. Move something in the room. Scratch me. Nothing's
I
happening.
think you've been ghosted.
We've been ghosted. Seriously, scratch me. Scratch my back, my stomach, my face, my leg, my foot. Enter my body. Use my body for whatever purpose you need. Nothing.
What would suck is if the spirit entered your body to go renew his driver's license at the DMV. Because then you gotta wait, take a number, and you gotta be careful about
You got.
the kind of permission you give.
Yeah. True.
Stable. Am I pissing you off? Cross for yes, separate to no.
Line crossed. All of them crossed.
Good. This is where we're at.
It's interesting.
Are you mad because we're doing this right now? Cross yes. Cross for yes, separate for no. Okay, I'm gonna take that as no answer. Are you pissed off at me for another reason? Cross for yes, separate for no. Okay. Spirit's pissed off, mad about it, don't know why. Do we need to move out of this house? Cross for yes, separate for no. See, when I get an answer like that, and then nothing following it, it has to be a fluke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't determine anything other than that.
Right. So,
You know, I mean, if you ask me, the jury's still out. I mean, we get some results, but it's nothing consistent that can be retested and get the same results.
it's not like it was at the Crescent.
No.
Because at the Crescent, we would ask a question and it would answer, but we would alter the question to kind of, so if we told them to flip-flop it for yes, or cross for yes, separate for no. But we would alter the question to where, like, so if if it crossed, the way we altered it, they would have to separate them
to respond.
to
again.
respond for the same answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're switching it from a yes answer to a no answer, but the same, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And a lot of times it worked,
Yeah.
you know? But we ain't getting shit, so I'm kind of disappointed. I thought my house was a little bit more active than this. Okay.
If moving the angels is an act of aggression, cross the rods. If not, separate the rods, please.
Hannah's is crossing, mine's separating.
They're kind of pointing toward each other, but not really doing much else.
Okay. Can you be more specific? I mean, damn. Is moving the angels telling us something? Are you trying to speak through the angels to tell us something? Cross for yes, separate for no. Don't do flippy flop shit. Okay, now he's just doing patterns. Close, separate,
Yeah.
close.
I feel like I should know more about geometry to figure out what's going on with some of these.
Okay, this is dumb. Get mad. Be angry. Move these fucking things. Again, you can use my body for energy. You can enter my body. I don't care. You can scratch me. You can do whatever the hell you want. Just answer the questions. Are there more than one spirit in this house? Cross for yes, separate for no. Okay, it's, again, dumb. Okay, this is so, wow. I really want to piss this thing off. Like, you're a coward if you're in here. Get mad. Spin these damn things. Do something. Can you point the rods, both of them, to Derek? I feel my hands. There's my dog. Where's pointed to Derek? Okay. So what do you guys think?
It's,
I think it's fun and interesting, but I don't think it's anything consistent, so we can't really say it's
yeah.
anything. And again, there's bringing up the use of the Ouija board and the movement of the planchette. There's a lot of debunking about that, saying that your body makes such minuscule, undetected movements.
Mm-hmm.
That you could be influencing the movement of the planchette, even though you would appear to yourself and others to be perfectly still. It may be something like that with these. Something could be influencing these from us that's moving.
Yeah.
And I think it's all about your vision too, because like when I hold mine still, to me right now it appear. I mean, they're slightly moving, but they appear to be still.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I use, you put these down. See, when you hold yours, and I'm not talking about this movement.
Yeah.
So when I hold yours, see at the end of it, with the balls on the end of yours, you can see the shakiness.
Yeah.
So when I hold yours still, your balls shake.
This is the worst one yet. This is.
It'll probably get the most fucking views, right? But I can see,
I've noticed mine.
you know,
I mean,
you
if
shape, but you know, my hands look like they're still.
Yeah, and these, I think, because they are so thin, they tend to sway a little bit more too.
Right.
They're less likely to be still.
And these things are easy to move. I mean, just a little bit.
Yeah.
You see my hands hardly moving, and I can move them. You know, but it's just, see, they're a lot more still.
Yeah,
But
more
again, I'm
stable.
pressing down
Yeah.
Then it stopped.
on those.
Yeah, I think we need to revisit this in the future, and I think I should get a set that matches yours, so they're all the same. And I also think we should have a table, a hard surface, so we can set them all down to where they're all stable. And I think that would it would at least rule out a little bit more.
But
of
what
the
I'm experiencing
shakiness.
is when I do that, when I did it on the chair, I mean, it's putting pressure on it to keep them stable.
Yeah.
I mean, they can still move.
But it's more.
But what if we built something that we can set the rods in on a table to hold them kind of like that, to where there's nothing, no pressure on the bottom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
cup holder.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I mean, we can do it even cheap, and get like PVC pipe and set it there and just like zip tie this part.
We just want to make sure that whatever we do to position them and stabilize them, it's something to where it's obvious and visible to anyone watching that there's no manipulation from underneath or.
Right. So yeah, we'll set up a camera
Yeah.
on. But at the
Like
same time,
maybe-
what if the copper pulls energy from us for them?
Yeah, I mean, we would have to still be able to hold on to it, I think.
Okay.
Maybe there's a way we can, I don't know, maybe there's a way we can clamp it and still grip
And
them.
still grip them and give our energy to
Yeah,
the copper.
I don't know. It's fun stuff, so
Mhm.
I think we should definitely experiment more with them.
What's your take on it?
I'm kind of iffy on it too. Because when we went to the question and tell, like you said, we did we altered the questions
Mhm.
and they were giving us like really good responses, but I don't know.
But in here,
But in here, there's nothing really.
it's nothing. So I wonder if one day,
We should go to a cemetery. And
oh, I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I'm down that. I know a cemetery not far from here.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to worry about people or nothing. It's an older cemetery,
But we just have to worry about the weather and the wind.
or
yeah, the wind would be a factor.
there's a grave out at War Eagle.
Uh-huh.
And on the grave, I did a vlog on this a long time ago, which if you went back in my videos, it is a Civil War soldier.
Go back and binge watch.
Yes. Oh, put that on loop for us.
Yeah.
He was murdered. It was during the Civil War times. But it was one of the Blackburn family members that built War Eagle. And on his headstone, it says murdered.
Okay.
And this, have you seen those videos where they clean headstones?
Yes,
Mhm.
they're satisfying.
I want to do that
I
to
like
this
that too.
headstone.
Uh-huh.
Just because it says murder, there's a history, there's a story behind it. I think it should, because this is back Civil War, so there's all kinds of stuff on this headstone. But I think it should stand out.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
people that visit, it's like he got murdered.
Yeah.
Get a story, and they want the story out. Otherwise, they wouldn't put murdered on the headstone. But I think that would be a fun place to go in and not only try this out, but we can run an EVP session
Sure.
in that cemetery. And for you guys listening to this, in between these pauses, turn up the sound, put in headphones or something, and see if you hear anything.
Yeah. If you notice anything or hear anything, definitely tell us in the comments.
Point it out. If you have any suggestions or questions or anything like that,
Mhm.
feel free to put it in the comments. How would you guys feel playing with the Ouija board?
I would do it because I don't know. I've never done it, but I'm open to it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of negative association with it, and a lot of warnings out there, and that it's nothing to play with. But you know, I can't exactly see Parker Brothers
Putting portals out
Yeah,
there to
yeah.
all these kids.
Yeah, I think more
It's-
more than that, it's intent and openness to certain things. So I mean, I wouldn't have a problem giving it a try.
I don't believe it.
Because I know where my head's at.
Right. See, I don't believe it. I don't believe it works. I have played it many, many years ago with my sister, and if she sees this video, I'm going to argue with you. She claimed it worked. I'm calling bullshit,
Yeah.
and she was manipulating it.
I think it's very likely what I was talking about earlier. That your body has such minute movements and reactions to things that we don't pick up on consciously.
Right.
That could be manipulating the planchette. I think it's probably something like that. But it would still be fun to try.
On the alternative, or the other side of that, if all three of us have 6 hands on it, and mine gets a little movie, wouldn't your hand stop it? I mean, what's the chance of all of our hands moving it at the same time? There's so many.
I don't know. My hands could be of the Bruce Lee Jeet Kune Do way of thinking. Be water, move different things. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thought either way.
I think we'll do that in the near future, and I would even step it up and do the Ouija board in the cemetery.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
I mean, if there's going to be spirits, if they do exist, if they're out there, I'm sure they're roaming that cemetery. With no disrespect for the dead either, because I'm sure somebody out there will try to give us flack for it, but at the same time,
yeah,
it's a good place to be.
Yeah.
They say the cemetery is the safest place to be. Haven't you watched Hocus Pocus? That's right. No witches allowed.
Hollow ground.
Hollow ground. There we go.
Yeah. You know, I've seen in the past, and this is way back, paranormal groups that won't bother with investigating in cemeteries because they're like, well, we know dead people are there. You know, we know ghosts are most likely there, and if we want to prove something in a location, you know, why do it at a cemetery? But you know, it makes sense, especially if we're trying experiments and trying to get things to be manipulated. You want to go where you're most likely to pick up on something.
See, I want to be convinced not so much that there's going to be more spirits there because it's a cemetery, but the fact that spirits do exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Derek and I have been on a lot of investigations together. We've had a lot of awesome results, but more so, we've had nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a handful of all the investigations. There's a very small percentage of evidence that we can't explain.
Yeah, if you're gonna do paranormal investigations, make sure you do it with people you enjoy being around, because it's a lot of nothing and just hanging out for the most part.
What you see on TV is bullshit.
It's all edited.
It's scripted. It's Zach Bagans, however pronounce his name. I can't stand the guy. Not him as a person. I don't know him as a person at all. He may be cool, but his TV show I absolutely despise.
He's very cocky.
Everything happens. Everything happens every episode, and it's how hard have I tried to provoke it and get rude and turn this spirit against me for anything.
But
there was one time at the Tilly Willy Bridge that we weren't really getting results, and so I became aggressive towards the investigation, and the more aggressive I was getting with my words and demeanor, I did get a result. And we were on this bridge, and this bridge is supposedly haunted. A wife and a kids.
And it's actually an area where the bridge used to be.
Yes. Yeah, the original bridge is gone. But a car ran off the road. They drowned.
Is it real or is it like urban legend?
It's urban legend. I mean, supposedly there was an accident and some people died. It was a woman, and
it was years ago, so there's nothing you can find on the internet.
Yeah.
But if you look up,
all you find is
Tilly Willy
legend.
Bridge is
stories. Tilly Willy Bridge out in Fayetteville, other side of the Fayetteville airstrip is the approximate location. there's a couple of stories. One is you see the spirit of the woman in the nearby field. Another one is, and I don't know how this urban legend got going, but the other one is there's an odd goblin type creature that has been seen in those fields. But we went out there, a few of us, and we were on the road and doing EVP sessions, and you were getting more and more aggressive with your questions and your tone. And then you said, "Am I pissing you off?" And I was standing a few feet kind of in front of you and to your right, and all I see is you doing this. And you like knocked your glasses off.
I knocked my glasses off. My glasses fell down.
And I thought a bug flew into his face or something like that. And I didn't know what was going on. And
I heard a voice.
He heard a voice.
Something whispered on this shoulder, right in my ear.
So we immediately get in the car, not to leave.
We were scared.
We immediately get in the car and we start reviewing our recorders to see if any of us picked up anything. And I don't know if any of the other recorders picked up anything, but on mine, of all recorders, when he asked the question, "Am I pissing you off?" you can hear a voice go, "Yep."
And it was in my ear, and that's why I went like this, because my initial thought was somebody was behind me,
Yeah.
fucking with me, like leaning into my ear saying, "Yep." And I was like, get the fuck.
Yeah. And that's the only thing that happened that night.
And no one was behind me.
Yeah.
No one was behind me. Derek goes over there. Who the hell else was on that investigation?
It was you, me, our friend Daryl, and Steve.
Steve. Okay, yeah. So and they were, if I'm remembering correctly, they were over there by the car.
Yeah, they were a little further to your left.
Which is a good 20, 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been him because he's in front of me.
Yeah, we were all kind of staggered out.
But yeah, that was the first time that I heard something live. Do I believe it? No. I'm still skeptic. Yeah. We had the video, we have the witnesses, we have the audio of it, but still.
And digital audio recorders use a frequency. Anything like that uses a frequency, and with any frequency there can be some bleed through, there can be some crossover. It could have been a perfectly logical source that made that yup, but it was kind of coincidental that it happened right after you asked.
As soon as I asked that question.
Yeah. And that's the only thing audio-wise we picked up that night.
Yeah, that was. I remember going underneath the bridge.
Yeah, we did. We were out there a good hour or two.
Right. So all this paranormal stuff that we do, take for the grain of salt. We're not here saying this is for sure, this is haunted.
Yeah.
If we ever have definitive proof, this will be the first place we reveal it. So believe us.
Right.
But we're still on the fence. We still want answers. We still want proof. And we enjoy the pursuit of it. So that's why we do it.
I want to be scratched. I mean, I know you've seen it on TV, and that's all bullshit. That's all scripted. It's reality. No reality TV is real. Trust me. Promise you. But I've also read personal accounts that's not tied to TV or the media or anything of being scratched or this or that happened. And I don't believe it. I'm not asking for any demons to enter my life. That's not what I want. But scratch me. Like I want, and
he's got a paranormal itch that's got to be scratched.
Yes. Because I want to know if it's possible. You know, and I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I'm not, and I wouldn't suggest anybody else put themselves in that position just in case it is demonic or evil or something. You know, and I don't want anything evil in my house. I don't want to live with that. But at the same time, I want to know if it's real.
He wants to test the boundaries.
I want to test the boundaries. I'm willing to test the boundaries, and until it happens, I'm still skeptic.
Yeah.
So, if there is a ghost in here, spirit, anomaly, whatever the hell you are, go to the angels and move them back to the proper position because they're still tilted. Did you see my
I saw
post?
your post with the pictures, yeah.
They totally, and it was over a course. We are noted. We're paying more attention to it now,
Yeah.
and it's over a course of a couple of days. You start seeing them just slowly,
Face each other.
not physically see them.
Yeah.
When we notice them, they're just turned slightly, and now they're two facing each other like this, and then they stop there. That's another thing. They don't keep turning.
Yeah.
They completely stop there. So as long as we don't move them, they don't move no more. And then this other one, she's slightly tilts facing our bed.
Yeah.
One with their hands up in the air like.
Yeah.
And then the one holding the flowers never moves. Ever. And the two that face each other, so she got 3 of these angels from what they call the chemo angel. People write my wife of encouragement and stuff during her cancer to help kind of like lift spirits up. And sometimes people send gifts, and a person had sent 3 of those angels. And the 4th one came from somebody totally different. So it's not the same group. So the ones that face each other are different, came from different places, different people.
Oh, okay. That's odd.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the we call it the monarch one, it's where she has her dress out, and it's supposed to be like a monarch butterfly,
Mm-hmm.
and then the one that holds a bird, I believe. This one came from a family member in Minnesota. This one came from the chemo angel. Not even the same place, not even the same state. I mean, nothing. They're the ones that face each other.
So the only connection is just whatever's moving them wants to move them.
Right.
So there's no relation or connection to them prior to that.
Right. And people always, we have people say, well, it could be vibrations, it could be this, it could be that. But why is it always those two? Why do they always face the exact same direction?
Mm-hmm.
And then once they're in that direction facing each other, they don't move at all anymore.
Yeah.
They don't keep spinning.
Yeah.
They don't go the other way. They just stop.
Yeah.
And we can leave them there for 2-3 weeks. Nothing. No activity. But as soon as we separate them to face them, I face them straight forward. That's how I know if they move.
Mm-hmm.
And then within a course of days, next thing you know, they're right back to facing. Why?
Yeah. Do either of those have any metal in them? Because I know some of those statues by that company do on occasion.
I don't know. That's a good
I don't
question.
know about the innards, but I know like there might be a little metal halo or something like that.
No, on the exterior there is
There's
no metal.
nothing visible that's
No.
metal. Okay.
And I don't know what material it's made of. I want to say it's wood, but I don't know. I mean, they're painted, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I think they're wood. I think they're carved
Right.
wood.
And I have thought about taking them off that shelf
Yeah,
and putting them somewhere else in the house and seeing if they shift there.
that's a good idea. I
You
would
know.
try that for sure.
And like we have other shelves, we got 4 shelves below that. They're on the very top. And on the 3rd shelf, I got 5 angels on there.
Mhm.
And then on the shelf below that, there's 2 other angels. My wife collects angels. Or she was gifted a lot of angels, I should say. It's become a collection because of gifting it, which she loves. But none of the other ones move.
Mhm.
And like I took you in there and I showed, like I have a little Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse in there. The Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse is fucking awesome. And it's very light. So if you just nudge
It's easy to tip
that
over.
shelf, it's gonna tip over. Which the other day I didn't realize that Jessica did after we left. When I knocked it down on purpose, his fucking nose broke and flew off.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's noseless. So I gotta get a Sharpie and put a nose on that thing. Which is not a big deal. It was a Christmas ornament that we got at Walmart for like $4. So it's
Yeah.
not like those over there. All those have sentimental value to me.
Yeah.
They can't be touched. Point being is, why is it just those 3 that move? Those 2 move dramatically. Nothing else on the shelves. Light, heavy, position. Nothing else moves.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I wish something in this room would move because
Yeah, you would think this would be the room.
there's a little bit of bad juju in this room,
Yeah.
which I appreciate and I love. But fucking move something. All right, guys. Well, I think this is going to be a long one.
Yeah, it seems like.
I bet we're about to an hour now. Real quick, I've decided I've been releasing our I call them Derek videos. on Tuesday mornings. I'm starting to do it at night.
He's going to start calling them the Hannah videos now.
That's right.
I'm being phased out. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, we got Hannah, we got Little Rod here. That's your nickname now.
That's my new handle.
Yes, Little Rod. Breaker 19, Little Rod. I'm gonna start releasing them at night because it takes a long ass time to transfer files and to get it uploaded to YouTube in the mornings when I'm getting ready for work and stuff.
Yeah.
So for now on, I'm gonna start releasing them. It'll be Monday nights, but it'll be late. It'll be close to midnight. So that way, when everybody wakes up, it'll be
cool.
It'll be on there. It's just gonna be easier to do it at night than in the mornings for me. All right, cool guys. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks again for all the support that all of you guys have given us. The comments, we do read comments. I try to reply or like them. We had a suggestion about talking about Bigfoot. One of our viewers wants to hear about Bigfoot. So that'll actually be our next episode.
Plenty of Bigfoot stuff in this state and surrounding states. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of research and talk about some things we know and
share some stories and then give our beliefs on it.
Yeah.
Oh, see, look at that.
Another Bigfoot.
But yeah, we'll give our opinions, what we think of it and all that. And again, if you have suggestions on videos or something you want us to talk about, if it's something cool we decide to talk about, I mean, throw them out there. You never know what we'll decide to pick and do. But appreciate it. You guys have any final words?
Nope.
Nope.
No?
Good.
Just like and comment and subscribe.
Yep. Like, comment, and subscribe because that helps us grow this channel. We have our Facebook channel underneath Blazed and Confused. Share the videos, post them on your page, do whatever you can to help us out.
Thanks for watching, and if you lasted through this entire one, you deserve an award because we keep getting longer
and longer and longer.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep them around 20-30 minutes, and that shit
which was great, but
went out the window.
Yeah.
So I figure if Joe Rogan can pull off a 2-hour episode, so can we, right?
Not a 2-hour.
Not a 2.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Dowsing Rods. Peace out. Hope you guys have a good week. Stay positive. Find something to read.